What did that one teacher at your school get fired for? First year university philosophy. Professor planned a study group that he was going to lead before the exam. We all show up. The professor and one female student don't show. Next day in class, he jokes about having a private study session with her. Fast forward a few weeks. They get married in the school chapel. He gets fired and joins the Navy. Our coach got fired for sleeping with the most popular girl in the senior class, LOL. So, it's crazy that this was the top comment. She was 18 and he was only 25. But still, it was a whole big scandal. Anyways, about 2 years later, he added me on Facebook and sent me a dick pic off the rip. I don't think he remembered me from school. Either way, it was disturbing and needless to say, I blocked him immediately. Dude had literal little man syndrome. Vice principal got caught banging the band teacher, who was married to the English teacher. It sucked because the English teacher was such a nice guy. His wife, band teacher, and the vice principal were disliked by everyone. After the vice principal got fired, he was also found out to be stealing money from the local church where he served as a deacon. The band director caught 2 students having sex in a practice room. Instead of reporting it, he watched, and, well, something else. Assistant band director reported that, and the band director was fired and arrested. The students were expelled. Student found out she was a former Playboy model, which was very recent. She had just graduated and became a Spanish teacher. One student told their parents, and the parents complained and made a fuss about it. I have a dumber version of this. Middle school. She was jacked like crazy buff, but she was a PE teacher, so no one questioned it. Then she became the home economics teacher. Kids looked her up and saw she was a professional bodybuilder for many, many years. Won a ton of competitions. But her bulky body in a tiny gold bikini and heels on stage was far too risky apparently, and they fired her when enough parents complained. Unreal. Had CP on his school computer. His poor daughter went to our school, and we were having a fundraiser for her because she had cystic fibrosis and needed a lung transplant. That scandal totally overshadowed the fundraiser, and she ended up transferring to another school. She tried to rip my insulin pump off, thinking it was a toy or phone. Nice. Why is it always medical stuff that confuses them? Mine tried to dump me out of my wheelchair thinking I had stolen it from the front office. He didn't realize I had broken my back over the summer and couldn't walk at the time. It took 2 of my friends yelling at him and me showing my giant scar to get him to stop. He transferred that same week, but I think he actually got fired. Home economics teacher had dementia, or something of the sort, and would straight up leave school in the middle of the day. Wouldn't tell anyone where she was going. She did this like every week / multiple times per week. We would be in the middle of class, and she'd disappear, and someone would have to go and tell the office she left. She also took a few of us on a trip to the grocery store, and on the way there, she goes, "Yeah, I ran a child over one time," and just laughs. Like, okay, yeah. Anyways, they fired her after she almost burned the school down because she left the stove going with food on it. Had a kid in one of my classes that had a medical condition where he could hold it. If he had to urinate, he had to get to the restroom immediately. All the teachers knew. He had special permission to leave class to go whenever he needed to. One teacher made him wait, and he went himself. Right in class. They had to block the classroom off so the custodial staff could sanitize his chair and basically the whole floor. His parents raised holy hell and didn't back down until she was fired. Good for them. Slapped a kid in the face, 5th grade. Granted, she was old school when I had her in the early 80s, and she was ancient then. She slapped our hands with ruler and made us pray before lunch, public, non-religious school. But that was also during a time when principals gave us paddlings too. She loved me, so I got by. A few years after I left her class, she finally snapped and got called on it. Having sex with one of the students that she was fostering and actively trying to adopt. She was a 7th grade teacher, and the kid was 13, 14. Couple years later, the 8th grade science teacher was jailed for sexually abusing one of the girls on the cross-country team. He was the coach. Allegedly, he fingered her in the classroom. Another teacher married a senior student. He was a young teacher in his early 20s, and I don't think they started dating until she was well into her college career, but no clue. He still works at the school. Another teacher resigned due to speculation that he was sleeping with a senior student. Turns out the student was infatuated with him and was posting a bunch of fake stories online. Teacher had a wife and young kids at the time. They are still together and seem to be doing good. She brought her boyfriend to school, just so they could screw each other's brains out in the janitor's closet. He was putting his hands up fourth-grade girls' skirts in front of us in the cafeteria. It was so bold and disgusting even to our fourth-grade minds. Of course he was a coach too. It's been 31 years, and I still think about it. I hope he died alone and destitute.